If you want to add some game show style excitement to your next presentation or class activity, interactive countdown timers are a fun and easy way to gamify your PowerPoint slides. Today, I'm going to show you 4 different examples, and I'm going to show you how you can create each one yourself. Now, if you want to skip to building them all from scratch, I do have all of these available in one presentation where you can just copy and paste and then use them however you want. And that's going to be over in my Make It Fun Society membership, and I will put a link to that in the description below. All right, let's get started with the first timer. And this game that I have it in is a Price is Right style game called Pick the Price. This is currently, at the time of this recording, it's not available in my store. However, it will be very soon. And once it is, I will put a link to it in the description. And then this will also be something that is available as part of the Make It Fun Society membership. Okay, so first let me show you how it works. So I'm going to go into slideshow mode, and what I will do is I will click on it. So when I click on it, the music starts and it kind of has some animation to it, but that's basically it. And then what will happen is once it gets to 30 seconds, so it's all just in the sound file. The sound file just lasts for 30 seconds, and then there's a sound at the end to indicate time is up. But if I want to end time before time is up, I can just click on it and it stops. So that's what that does. So let's now look at how you would create this. I'm going to start with an icon. So in this case, I have this graphic. It is a stopwatch, okay? The next thing I need to do is I need to add animation and I need to add sound. All right, so first we're going to add the animation, and this is going to be teeter, okay? And we want to give it a trigger. So the trigger is that we want that animation to start when they click on the timer. So I'm going to go up to trigger, and I'm going to say on click of the 30-second timer. Okay, so that's that. And we're going to go to this, and we're going to adjust the effect options. And in the effect options, we want there to be the sound. So this is where we're going to attach the audio. So in this case, I have an audio file called 30-second timer music.wav, and that's important. It has to be in the WAV format, or .wav. So whatever you can use, whatever sound you want, you just need to have a sound clip that's 30 seconds, and then you're going to add it. Now, the first time you do it, you're going to go to other sound, and then you're going to find the sound within your, on your computer. But in this case, it's already here. So I'm going to have that WAV file, and then under timing, it's going to be on click. It's going to be, there's no delay, 1 second. Now we are going to repeat this. So under repeat, it says none. We're going to actually repeat it until the next click. And that's good. Okay. And then I also want it to, I want to have it stop when we click on it again. And we're going to add another animation. This animation, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say add animation. And this is going to be a pulse. And this is also going to be part of this trigger. So I'm going to move it under the trigger. And there's that. And on that one, I am going to give it a sound of a click. So again, it's a click.wav. I'm going to add that there. this is yeah, this is all fine. So there you go. So now when I put it into slideshow mode, you will see from current slide, there it is. There's the animation, there's the sound. If I want to stop it before it's done, or I want to stop it at any time, click, it's done. That's it. All right, the second timer type that I want to show you is one that I use in my Family Feud style game. And specifically, I use it in the fast money, or what I call the quick cash round. So you can see when I do this, you know, for a fast money type round, the first contestant gets 20 seconds and then the second person gets 25 seconds. And the way this works is it's a disappearing circle with some suspenseful music. Now this game is available in my store if you're interested in this full game. It's in the store. It's also part of the Make It Fun Society membership. But let me show you now how this works. So again, I'm going to go into slideshow mode from current slide. Okay, so whenever I'm ready for this 20 seconds to begin, I click on this timer icon, and you'll see that this circle slowly disappears. And if I don't want that music, I have this little mute icon, and if I click that, it silences the music, but it still keeps the timer going. And then I get a nice little time's up sound. So let's see how you would create this. Okay, so for this one, you're basically going to have 5 elements that you're going to be animating. You've got your sound files. Now these, you know, you'll find what sounds you want to use, but I've got the suspense music that's playing, and then I have the buzzer sound. Now all you do for that is you go to insert audio, and you can grab audio from your computer. Then the other things you need are something to represent the, you know, what to click. I mean, it can be an icon. So in this case, I used an icon. I think I got it from here. Yeah, like insert and then icons, and I put in stopwatch, and that's where I got that. So there's a stopwatch icon. This is a circle. Okay, so this is just going up to insert shapes. You put in a circle, you color it how you want, and then I just typed in 20 SEC for seconds. Okay, so you got your circle, you got your stopwatch icon, and if you want to have something that will make the music silent, that's what this is. And then basically, all you're doing, you have one animation. The animation in this case is a wheel animation. It's an exit animation. So if I go here to exit animations, because I want the circle to disappear. So that's how I did that. So I added a wheel animation. And then I added the trigger on click of timer. So under the trigger, I have this exit animation, and then this is going to play. That's my second animation under there. And then I have a stop. I have a stop the music. That's going to happen. Now that has timing with it. So this is a delay of 20 seconds. So it's not going to stop until 20 seconds have passed. And that's how you can. So if you need a different time, like let's say you want 30 seconds, well, that's fine. Then you can make the delay 30 seconds or 35 seconds or whatever you want to make it. So that's where you would update the delay. And then I have the time's up noise that plays. And again, if I go into effect options, the timing is a delay of 20 seconds. So this is not going to buzz until 20 seconds have passed. So that happens at the same time. The music stops and the buzzer starts after a delay of 20 seconds. But that's the important thing, that delay. That's what you can, you can play with if you want it to be a different delay. And then this is also under the animation. This also has a duration of 20 seconds. So that you would need to do that too. If you were changing it to 30 seconds, whatever time you're going to do, you need to have that duration here for the circle as well. So the circle and then these guys, they're all going to have that either a 20-second duration or a 20-second delay. And then if you want to have a stop music icon, then basically what that is you're just adding the animation of stopping the music, and you create a trigger for that. You're hitting add animation, it's going to be stop, then you go to trigger on click of whatever your icon is. So in my case, it's a stop music is what I called it. So that's how you can create this kind of timer. The third type of timer is one I use in a Jeopardy style game I call Jeopardy. Again, this I'll have a link in the description. This is in my store. It's also part of the Make It Fun Society. So let me show you what this looks like. This one, I click on the timer icon and these blocks disappear, and then you get that noise. So that's pretty easy to set up. This one is a 5-second, so you can, of course, adjust it if you want. Let's look at how you would create this. So basically, first of all, you're going to have 9 rectangles. In my case, I've got 9 black rectangles, but you can use, obviously, you can use whatever color you want. The key with the rectangles is you want them to disappear in 2s until they get to the end. So it's, the number 1 rectangle and the number 9 rectangle, they disappear first. Then the number 2 and the number 8 disappear. Then the number 3 and the number 7. So you can see over here, see how 9 and 1, they both disappear. Their timing is set the same. They disappear with a 0 delay, okay? But then when you get to 8 and 2, that's when we start adding a delay. So each one of these has a 1-second delay. Then the 3 and the 7 blocks have a 2-second delay. And then 6 and 4 have a 3-second delay. And then you get to number 5. 5 is in the middle. It's the last one to disappear. So the thing with number 5 is 1, the delay, but then also this one has a sound. So under effect, this is where you're gonna add your times up WAV file. Again, whenever you connect audio to an animation, it has to be in that .wav file format. So whatever file you use, again, if you don't already have something here, you'd go to other sound and then you can lead it to your file. So that's how you do this one. And of course, these are all triggered by this. So this icon, which I've named timer, the trigger that is set up is, so these don't start animating until you click on this little icon, which again, it can be an icon or you can just make a button with a shape. It's really up to you, however you do it. The last one I want to show you is basically this is a 20-second timer that displays the numbers as it counts down, and then there's like a little times up ding. I use this in a game called Say What. It's a Mad Gabs style game. This one, again, like the others, is available in my store. It's also part of the Make It Fun Society membership. But let me just show you real quick how this looks when you play it. So if I go to current slide, you're going to start the timer by clicking here where it says start timer. It's a trigger. And then you see how it counts down with the numbers. So if you want to display the numbers with your countdown clock, this is one that you could use. Now, this one, I'll let it get to the ding. There you go. And then time's up. So it's a trigger. It's basically when I click on the start timer, see, start timer trigger, then I'm going to animate all of these things. So what these animations are is basically it's all appear and disappear. If I go to animation, see the multiple, it's a appear and it's a disappear. So I've got 20 ovals. So that's the thing. This is like, you see, they're all stacked up on each other. So at the bottom is the one with the 20 on it. And basically every animation is a disappear and then an appear. So it's like the 20 disappears. And if I go into timing, you can see there's a 5-second delay before that one goes. But then when we get to the next appear, that one happens right away. As soon as the first one disappears, the next one appears. And then that one will disappear after 1 second. And that's basically, you know, if I go down here to this one, it's basically, you know, each one is going to appear 1 second after the previous. And the next one appears with 0 seconds delay. Okay. So this one's a little more, it's not difficult, but it does take a little longer because you're creating all these ovals and then you have to stack them. And then you have to add the appear, disappear, appear, disappear, appear, disappear animations. And then at the end is the ding sound. You'll add that in there. That's going to happen after the very last, you know, the oval with the 1 on it. After that disappears, then you get the ding, and then you get the time's up oval to show. So that's what that looks like. Now you have 4 different kinds of countdown timers that you can use in a variety of activities. Remember, if you don't want to have to start from scratch with all of these, I do have them all ready to go, ready to use over in my Make It Fun Society membership. I'll put a link to that in the description. And then they are, of course, also available within the individual games, which you can get in my store. And I'll put a link to the games in the description as well. If you want to continue to learn even more about animation triggers and how you can add even more kinds of interactivity to your presentations, you're going to want to check out this video next.